So welcome to the replay. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you. Give me a hashtag at replay so I know that you are here. And then if you have any questions, I can answer them for you either live or well after we're done if you're watching the replay. So I wanted to talk to you about something that I've just finished a training session on in my my FB Foundations program, which is a new program, and we are going through, and because it's new, I'm teaching live, which means everybody in there gets to ask their specific questions about the content rather than it being a bit like everybody else's courses where it's great, everything's there already, but when you get stuck with your questions, then you do not have anyone there to ask. So I've just been teaching on your never-ending lead machine, and I wanted to share something with you that I keep seeing all over the place, all over the Facebook groups and in different people's courses and in their like support groups that go with them and things, and where people are, I think, getting a bit stuck. So when you do it right, social media ought to be a never-ending lead machine. Okay, if there are 1.7 billion people on Facebook and however many people on all of the other social media platforms, because they're all smaller, then there is no shortage of leads, right? So why on earth are most people, maybe you, not getting as many sales as you want? Why are people not getting as many leads as they want? Why are people not making the money they want? And I know that this is happening because I keep seeing it in groups where people say, you know, at what point do I get to where I feel like I'm financially secure? And the only reason that you feel like you're not financially secure is because you're not making as much money as you want. So surely there's some kind of disparity here, like, you know, there are loads of people on the one hand, but you're not making as many sales as you want to. So why is that? Now, if you're on social media, then you're generally there to be communicating with your audience or to be growing your audience. Let me know in the comments if this is true, or if you're just here just to observe and just to make more friends and you know, to keep in touch with your family. If you're keeping in touch with your family, you're probably not watching me right now, so I can safely assume that you are here to grow your business. So if you're growing your business, then your business generally sells something, right? Do you know what you sell? Like, can you communicate that in a way that other people understand? Because that's a really big hiccup people have, that they talk about what they do. And if you're a plumber, you say you're a plumber, everybody knows what you do. If there's a leak somewhere and you know, somebody goes, I need a plumber, then if you know a plumber, you can generally recommend one, right? So why do people in the online marketing world make it so complicated? Why do they have to come up with all this fluffy way of saying something? So you need to communicate what it is that you do to people. You need to have a process of how you sell your things. So how do you sell somebody so that then when they become a customer, you can then actually serve them and solve their problem? Okay, so do you know what that is? Because loads of people don't. Loads of people don't actually have a defined sales process. Like, did you know that Grant Cardone, when he started out, after he was a used car salesman, he used to go into businesses and actually map out their sales process for them? That's what they used to do before he became a selling machine. Well, he was already a selling machine, but like a multi-million, soon to be, well, billion dollar sales machine of all the things. But he used to go in and map out the sales process, because if you know what your sales process is, then you can sell someone over and over and over again. And so if you can sell someone, then your problem becomes, well, how do I get more leads? And that's where social media comes in. But until you know how you're going to sell someone, what you're going to sell to them, and you can clearly communicate that to people, it is pointless having more leads, because all you're doing is building your audience full of people that you're never going to do anything with. Now, social media ought to be your lead machine, and it should never run dry. There are more people already in your audience than you are capable of selling, because you're not selling to them properly. So if you figure that part out, then we can talk about filling up your lead machine. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go and you're going to go into groups, and you're going to go on social media, and you're going to share how you can help people, and you're going to give people tons of value. And you're not going to do what I see all of these people do, which is when somebody posts a question in a Facebook group, I see especially internet marketers, they're really bad for this. They go in and they go, I can answer that question, I know the answer. It's in my course. You'll have to buy my course. Rather than somebody just giving some value and actually helping people. Nobody wants to walk down the street and say, hey, I've got this problem, and then literally person after person on the street say to them, well, you can buy my course and I'll tell you the answer. They just want the answer right now. Now, just because you give someone the answer doesn't mean they actually know how to implement the answer. Most people still won't take action. That, when you've made the relationship, when you've built a relationship with someone, then you can sell to them, because then they need help actually implementing. But you can give people the answer without just trying to say, buy my course. Stop saying, buy my stuff. It really, really frustrates me. You can't just meet someone and try and sell them off the bat. Okay, you have to build a relationship first, and you can do that on social media in a way that you have never, ever, ever been able to do this anywhere else in any other time in history. Like, social media gives you the power to reach the world, but until you know how to communicate to someone how you can help them, to know if they even need help, that you can, like, they have a problem that you can solve, because until you've built a relationship, you don't know that they actually have a problem that you can solve. And then you can communicate that you can solve the problem, and you have a sales process of how to sell, like actually how to sell to them. And then you can start to solve the problem, because you can't solve the problem until you've sold to them, right? The transformation is in the transaction, as James Wedmore says. But you can use social media to pile people in the front end, in the top end. But first of all, you have to have all that other stuff figured out, and then you can start building up the leads. But hey, let's say that you don't have the other stuff figured out and that you haven't refined your sales process. Well, you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram and all the other social medias to actually do some market research on people. You can go into groups full of people that you think that you might like to have as your customers, and you can start to see what problems they have, and you can ask them questions, and you can start answering their questions. And when you start answering their questions, and this is the $1 million secret, okay, when you start really answering questions, people will see you as the expert, and they will start identifying you with the keywords, with the keyword, with the topic, with the niche, whatever it is that you are helping people on. And then when somebody else says to them, I've got this problem, then that first person is going to start recommending you. But they're only going to recommend you when you start giving value and you start answering questions. They're never going to recommend you if all you're doing is trying to sell constantly off the bat. No help, no value, no nothing else. Adam puts key person of influence, absolutely. But like, you have to decide you're going to become that expert, that key person of influence. You have to decide you're going to become that person known for that thing. And then you have to go and actually start talking about that thing in groups on social media. And then when people start identifying you and recommending you and start stalking you and clicking your face and going through your profile, then you need all the other stuff set up, which is what I'm teaching my people in my FB Foundations program. You've got all your other stuff. So literally people come through the machine. So you're out there, you're talking, you're giving value, you're helping. And then people are coming through your social media profile funnel. They're coming through your sales process. You are selling them. So that literally you can just go and help people, and then they fall into your world, and money falls into your bank account. Right, I've got to run because it's the school run time, but hopefully that helps you. Honestly, if you get stuck with this stuff, then just reach out and let me know in the comments, and I will do my very best to help you, because I am not known as somebody who will just say buy my stuff. I am known as the overgiver, the person who will answer your questions. So ask me your questions and I will help them. Have an amazing day wherever you are. It's just started absolutely bizarrely chucking it down on my window over on that side, but not on that side. So it started raining here in the UK. Wherever you are, have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye!